What's YouTube? It's a Cynic Tech Ninja back at again with another video. Today we're comparing the Harman Kardon Onyx Studio 7 against the Soundcore Motion Boom. Already did a full review on both of the speakers, so if you want to get the in-depth detail, I'll leave the videos in the description below. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. Let's get the main specs out the way, shall we? Start off with the Motion Boom 10,000 mAh battery. I'm able to get around 5 hours 42 minutes on maximum volume and 24 hours 52 minutes when the volume is set mostly at 60%, then 70% because this speaker just took too long to die in a good way. The Motion Boom has Bluetooth 5.0, so I'm able to get around 95 feet in range. Moving on to the speaker setup. The Motion Boom has two 2.5-inch titanium drivers with two pass radiators on the sides, pushing 30 watts on battery. I would say that this power is low, but it does get really loud. Proceed on to the Studio 7 3250 mAh battery. I'm only able to get 1 hour and 30 minutes on maximum volume and approximately 4 hours 30 minutes when the volume is set between 50 to 60%, which certifies that this battery is absolutely garbage. The Studio 7 has Bluetooth 4.2. I'm able to get around 85 feet in range, so 10 feet less than the Motion Boom. Proceed on to the speaker layout. It is one 4.72-inch woofer with two 25mm tweeters on the sides and two pass radiators shooting at the top, front, and back, pushing 40 watts on battery, 50 watts when you plug it in. And honestly, I just wish that Harman gets rid of its power limiter on Harman Kardon speakers and JBL speakers. Moving on to the use case scenarios. These are two different types of speakers. The Motion Boom is a compact boombox that provides powerful sound with a built-in carry handle so you can transport the speaker with ease. If you want to keep your hands free, however, you can buy a third-party carrying strap off Amazon for around $30. The Motion Boom features a highly adjustable 9-band EQ so you can tailor the sound to your liking. With a rating of IPX7 water resistance, you never have to worry about the speaker getting wet. The Motion Boom also features true wireless stereo, so if you want to comfortably support a party up to 10 people with a wide soundstage, then you can get two of these bad boys and just jam out. Moving on to the Studio 7. If you have a luxury taste for something exquisite without breaking the bank, the Harman Kardon Onyx Studio 7 is for you. With a two-tone fabric back body and a anodized die-cast aluminum handle that wraps around the entire speaker, giving you a look like no other, except for the Harman Kardon Onyx, released back in 2013, a long time ago. The Studio 7 is meant to play smooth, balanced sound with rich, deep bass unmatched by anyone at home, playing down to 30 Hz without a problem. So if you love deep bass, the Studio 7 is for you. Not to mention that you can have two of these played together. Moving on to the sound test, there'll be 5 parts. The first test will be indoors, volume match between 60 to 70% to represent average listening volumes, followed with a bass test. Then the speakers will be playing at maximum volume indoors to get the max potential from each speaker. But this time, the Studio 7 will be alternating between AC and DC modes because this speaker will live on the charger indoors, so why not include it in the indoor sound test? Then we'll take the speakers outdoors and play them at maximum volume to represent a party scenario. The Studio 7 will be locked at AC mode, while the Motion Boom will be playing with my custom EQ settings, so take this sound test with a grain of salt, with one more bass test to follow that. So please, put on your headphones for the best sound experience and let the sound test begin.
Bittersweet and I'm walking slow, sensitive, feel the afterglow, looking for things that I can't control, fear from my past cause it always shows. Do I wanna try? Can I let it go? Running from the past, wanting to be sure. Chaos in my mind, constant deja vu. But every time, it comes back to you. Oh, I'm still falling. Whoa, but it tastes bittersweet. Oh, I keep on falling. Oh, I like the taste of it. numbers on the rise now.
In the darkest night, I saw your eyes. A sense of threat that I can't forget. I wanna know who you are. Is what I need to know. So take my hand and let our fears go. Take me to your jungle, where the rain is warm and the birds fly. Take me to your kingdom. Yeah, take me to the. Yeah, take me to the. Take me to your jungle, where the rain is warm and the birds fly. Take me to your kingdom. Yeah, take me to the. Jungle.
Took a swing at a wrecking ball and I prayed for my downfall, and I found a way to reconcile, 'cause in my heart it's not worthwhile. It's a bloody battlefield where some go down, others heal. In the end it's all the same. All you can do is play the game. Oh, do we say goodbye? Refuse to question why. I'm sad to say I'm sorry, so lie. Pretend that you're okay. Swear that you will stay. Keep trying for one day. I'm sick of all these lies. Don't care if I capsize. There's nothing left for me to hide. Don't wanna live a lie. Too many lows, too many highs. Too many things to criticize. And so I leave it all behind. Don't wanna live a lie. Life can't. My love is.
Are back for that sound test. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. Well, you better have after all the work I put into it. Anyways, the Motion Boom is much louder than the Studio 7 in AC or DC mode by approximately 3 decibels. That is a pretty big jump. The Motion Boom does suffer a lot from distortion at higher volumes, which is around 80%, because the highs will begin to sound raspy, mids will start to sound muddy, and the bass from 80 Hz to 100 Hz at around 65% volume and above will cause chance vibration, which is a very unpleasant sound, and bass notes from 43 Hz to 52 Hz at 90% volume whenever you're playing bass heavy music does cause the speaker to bottom out, and you will hear the pass radius clacking against the inside of the speaker, which is a very unpleasant sound, and it can cause damage if it does it for too long. So please take your time to properly equalize this speaker. to get the overall best sound for you and for the speaker's health. Besides for that, the Motion Boom has a better soundstage than the Studio 7. What? Because it has 2 woofers, so you're going to clearly hear the left and right artifacts. As far as the highs, they're pretty good. It has a good amount of clarity for the lower range of higher frequencies.
You smart.
With a 13 kilohertz peak. But right after 14 kilohertz, this speaker rapidly falls off. And for context, the Studio 7 rolls up around 18 kilohertz, which is around most speakers. So you're not going to get that sparkle of clarity compared to the Studio 7 or other speakers, as you can see. The mids are good. They will sound fine for all genres. Nothing really special, but they sound fine. As far as the bass, it is pretty impressive for the size, besides for the drawbacks that I mentioned earlier. The deep bass on the speaker can fill up small to medium-sized rooms, while larger rooms and outdoors, you can still hear it, but it is not as prominent, which is to be expected for a speaker of this size. Which brings me to the Studio 7. The soundstage isn't as wide because you have 2 tweeters that's handling the stir separation, while there's 1 woofer for the mono sound. So you're going to get a full body sound, but not a really wide soundstage. It's not bad, but it's just not that good. As far as the highs, they're laid back, but it's forward enough to provide you enough clarity if you like a warmer sound signature. As far as the mids, it provides a nice full body signature. It is a bit boosted, but it's, it's not overly boosted. So you're going to get great sound across most genres. When it comes to the bass, 50 to 60 hertz, it can hang with the Motion Boom, but the upper bass is slightly better. Well, you can tune it to be better. But from 45 hertz down to 30 hertz, which is like the Motion Boom's complete cutoff point, the Studio 7 destroys the Motion Boom and pretty much every speaker out there, because there's no speaker in deep bass that can compete with Harman Kardon's, including the Avila Boombox 2. Maybe the Boombox 3 will change that. Well, let's see with that subwoofer. Which happens to bring me to my conclusion. So, which one of these speakers is worth your money? Like I said before, it all depends on what you want. Get the Soundcore Motion Boom if you want to have an outdoor speaker, because it has a much bigger battery that can last you all day with mixed usage and a small footprint, weighing in at 4.4 pounds compared to the Studio 7 7.2 pounds. You're going to have a much broader range of use case scenarios compared to the Studio 7 being stuck at home all the time on the charger, because the small battery simply cannot keep up with the speaker's massive deep bass. Retailing for $110 on Amazon, I have to say that the Motion Boom is the best mini budget boombox that you can get, if you don't consider the Mefield Wild Box, which retails for $150 on AliExpress. But that'll be a video in the future.
Perfect.
Yes, excellent.
Moving on to the Studio 7, retailing for $174 on Amazon. I have to say that this is one of the best budget luxury speakers that you can get, because the older studio models cost more for some reason, and what you do get is a fantastic build quality that makes the Soundcore looks cheap. Well, it is cheap, but it's a good deal. And the overall sound quality. Yes, it does not get as loud as the Soundcore Motion Boom, but what you are getting is a more balanced sound with rich deep bass that blows every speaker I have in the water, except for the Boombox 2 in like the 45 hertz range. But to conclude a winner, the Soundcore Motion Boom wins as the best overall speaker.
You a genius.
While the Studio 7 is the best at-home speaker when it comes to the best luxury speaker and the overall quality that you're getting. For a homebody, I'll go for the Studio 7. For an outdoor person, I'll go for the Motion Boom. This has been it for this video. I thank you so much for watching. This has been the Senate Tech Ninja. I'll catch y'all next video. Peace out.